started this competition with 12 of the best teams in the world, and after today, we'll be down to that final 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 11 of VALORANT Masters Tokyo, live from a new venue, the Makuhari Messe in Chiba. It is our best of 5 lower final between Evil Geniuses and HyperX. I'm your host, Yingsu, and we have a full desk here with us today. I've got Paperthin with me, I've got Achilles with me, and I've got Kakuka with me as well. Guys, welcome to a brand new venue.
Yeah, it's really exciting to be here. I mean, what a matchup we have today. 2 teams making these dream runs that are playing some great Valorant right now, and I can't get to wait to get these 2 best of 5 started.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a real test here. HyperX, they've been continuing to try and kind of defy the odds. I can stalk. It's what my job is. But can they do it again versus EG? That is a big question, and it's going to be a really big challenge.
And can they do it in front of all of these people? Because, you know, you might be seeing it in the back, but this place is stacked. Like, there's an incredible amount of people ready to watch some very good Valorant today.
Yeah, we've already seen some amazing Valorant as well here in Japan. Amazing fans and amazing food as well. And speaking of that food, we have Josh and Bren doing a special taste test for you all. Check this out.
Thank you, desk crew. Yep, me and Josh are here, and we have asked the Japanese production crew for the most eccentric snacks that they could possibly find.
And an apple.
And an apple. An apple. There's nothing eccentric about an apple. There's nothing too crazy about an apple. But we've accumulated just a variety of little snacks. So we can do a little snack review, a little taste test.
A little taste test.
The official one. Am I allowed to use the official title onto it? Which one do you want to try first?
Okay, I think the one that you were reaching for there is like some kind of chocolate thing.
It says milk.
Yeah, it says milk on it.
And also, there's one square of it, so how are we supposed to...
No, there's another one right there.
No, it's different.
Oh, is that different?
Yeah, this one says Tyrol.
Oh, well, I don't know then.
It doesn't say troll.
Well, I'll try and break it in half.
Or just...
Oh,
it's actually filled
That
with
was
stuff.
much softer than I thought it was going to be.
Okay, I'll have that one. Did you wash your hands before this?
Yep. That's good.
That's actually quite good.
That is just straight up good.
It's chocolate.
What is it filled with, though? It's like,
I don't know, like
creamy something.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got a future in food reviewing.
You want to try the other chocolate?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be fairly similar.
I think I got it. Yeah, go on.
I feel like this is going to be almost exactly the same.
Maybe.
I'll just leave that one to you.
Okay.
I don't want a repeat of me.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so different.
It's sort of like a...
That's like caramel inside of it. Okay.
What do you call that?
Caramel. That's what I just called it. I don't know whether that's true, though. Don't know whether it's true. Okay.
Are we supposed to rate these?
Oh, yes. Yeah. You want a rating? I just said that one was really good. I don't know what the rating system is.
I give it like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
This one? You want to try this?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
All right. Oh. Good, but not as good.
Yeah, not as good. I'll give it like a 7.
7 or something?
What's that?
Okay, these are like blue wafer kind of things. I've no idea.
How much time do we have as well, by the way?
Oh,
we have to eat all of them.
we're just gonna, we have to eat them all.
Okay.
Oh, it's kind of got like a coffee aftertaste, that one, actually.
These are like biscuits, kind of. Do you want one?
Thank you.
They're like blue biscuits.
Why are they blue?
We can do like a Lady in a Tramp where we movie around it. No?
What is that flavor?
Oh, it's bubblegum.
That is so bizarre.
No, that is really weird.
Bubblegum wafers.
Yeah, it's bubblegum.
Oh, that is so weird.
That's
assaulted my mouth.
Certified eccentric snack.
That's so strange.
The other ones weren't that eccentric.
Okay, now
That's weird.
I've already seen one of these before.
What are you rating this?
Oh, I'm rating that one like, I don't even know.
A 3.
A question mark out of 10.
Okay.
An absolute question mark. Okay. I wanna show you one of these.
Okay.
Okay. I don't understand what they are, but they're like one long vertical crisp.
These go crazy.
Yeah, but also look, there's like a hole through the middle of it.
A Lady in a Tramp this?
But it's really good, right? It's really good.
Yeah, it is. What flavor is it?
I don't know. It's like
artwork is wild.
It's like spicy flavor. Well, it's not that spicy, but it's like
spicy. It's like am I allowed to say Cheeto?
I don't know, but yeah, it's a little cheesy.
Yeah, it's like kind of.
It's good though. I think I would give that like a 9 or a 10. Oh, is your mouth full? All right, well, I think that does it for us. We're going to continue eating, but we'll send it down.
I'm so jealous. That looks like the greatest job ever. And Achilles, I feel like they needed you there to mediate.
They need some, yes, they need to be kept on track because they got through about 4 snacks out of, what, 20-something on that table. So I think the whole thing a bit of a failure, but hey, at least we got a great little still image or GIF out of it with the lady in the tramp pit.
Yeah,
so.
we'll get you in there next time. We'll get you in there. But before we get into today's matchup, we're going to play a quick game to test how well we can read our teams here in the tournament. It's time for retake or mistake. You guys might have seen this in EMEA broadcast. Kakuka, you are a veteran of this game.
Yeah, exactly. I created this game, and I'm very happy that we have it. Basically, I'm going to be testing all of you three's memories, right? I'm going to be showing you a minimap. If you're at home, please feel free to join us and play the game. I'm going to be showing you a minimap, and it's going to be a situation where a team is going to be retaken onto a spike that, to a side, a spike that has already been planted. They're going to stick the defuse. Now, you need to tell me, just if you remember, if they get the defuse or not.
All right, let's start.
Okay,
I'm
ready?
memory of your average peanut, so I'm pretty screwed.
I don't
I'm the same. I'm the same. But these are the kind of rounds that everybody seems to remember. So this is the first minimap. As you can see, this is split for Fnatic versus EG, one of the teams that we're going to be seeing today. And I believe that Fnatic is on the retake here. So what do you guys think? Do you remember this round? It's a 2v2.
All right, Peanut, Brain, Clint, hit me.
They stick the defuse. Do they get it or not?
I say yes.
Yeah, they get the defuse?
I'm going with I think
Okay.
this one...
Seth?
I think this one happened. I think I remember this one happening, yes.
I don't. I don't know. I'm just going to be contrarian because I actually don't remember.
I agree. I don't think they do. I think yes, no, no. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's. Can we play the clip, please, the production? As you're going to see, as I was.
Oh, I remember this. I remember
Should
this.
just
I remember this.
slightly
They-
wait for the trigger
Oh,
on the pull and
Clint,
then
you
stuck
win.
it. And
Clint, you win.
it's a Leo round. It's a Leo kind of round.
Yeah, you win this, Clint. I should have known. I should have known.
Oh.
And, yep.
Yep. Because I knew there was one 2v2 they goofed up.
Oh,
but
it was a
this
2v3,
one-
but yeah.
2v3, yeah. A similar
Fairly clear.
situation. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you have the lead.
Alright.
I'll let you have the
Okay.
lead.
We have another one. We have another one. Let's play the next minimap to see. I cannot remember the order in which I submitted this, but I know that these are the two teams that we have today. So we have
Oh,
EG
God.
versus Foot.
Wait, this happened?
This is Lotus round number 9.
This is actually a good one to bring up. Of course, if you guys
Yep.
remember, this was quite a while ago in the tournament.
Yes.
Seth, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Testing your memories, guys. You were watching from home.
I don't know who's on what side it is.
Okay, I'm going to say that they didn't actually stick the diffuse.
Okay,
I'm
they
going to
don't
say
get
they
it.
didn't.
I'm going to go with no, just because
Okay.
last time I went
Two
yes.
no's, then
This
you
is
have
All
to
right. I'm no as well.
Ooh.
Be unanimous.
Okay, good.
We win together, we
all-
lose
yeah.
together.
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to see it. Foot has already planted the spike, and the spike being a 2v3, Ethan gets the first one, throws the flash. Jogimo, by the way, it was his birthday yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Happy birthday, and now he has a game. Ethan is going to be on the retake, a beautiful Odin. And they started to stick the defuse.
I seem to
surely.
think that he did
And
get
that molly misses. That molly misses, and they're
That's
just
right, I
there looking,
remember that
and
now.
he does get the
I'm
defuse.
so bad at this. I'm actually so bad at this. I promise,
not good.
in EMEA, I'm really good at this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. She holds the record in
I do,
EMEA.
I do,
She
I
holds the
do.
record. Okay,
Yeah.
who's winning? Who's winning at the moment?
Clinton.
Okay,
He's the only one that's got a point.
great. Okay. Let's do the last one. The last one is 1,000 points. So whoever
Oh!
gets this one.
All right.
I'll take 1,000
This one
points.
is-
line?
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Next
yeah.
minimap, Energy
Oh,
versus
oh.
PRX.
Wait, I think
This
I
is a 1v2, and PRX Mind Freak is on the retake here.
No, they
On
don't
the
get this. They don't get
beautiful-
this. I remember this. I remember this.
No? Clint, what do you
She seems
say?
really
Does he
confident.
get
I
it?
want the.
I don't know if I could trust this
Say yes.
confidence.
Say yes. 1,000 points. 1,000 points.
they
1,000
don't get it.
points. I say, I
Is Mind
say
Freak-
yes. I say they get
I
it.
say no.
I thought Mind Freak did get this.
Okay.
All right, Adai Yinsu can win with 1,000
Okay, so
points,
let's
I
roll
guess.
the clip and
She's so
see
confident,
if
I'm
Mind
like
Freak is going to get
confused
it.
if I actually remember
Use the
casting this or not.
smoke.
Oh, does he
Beautiful
just
thing
get
here
sprayed
from
out here?
Dom, and
Yeah.
Yes!
Now I
1,000
know.
points.
Now I remember. Right.
And of course, Yinsu's still the queen of this game. Let us know in the chat if you did well,
Good
or
job, good
if
job.
your memory was as scuffed as ours.
Honestly, I would take 1,000 points. Unlucky, guys. Unlucky.
Oh for
But ahead of today's matchup, I actually managed to get together with our coaches, Potter and Alex, for a little warm-up to test just how big their brains are. Take a look at this. All right, I'm now joined by two of the biggest brains in all of Valorant. It is Coach Potter from EG and Coach Alex from PRX. Now, you guys are about to go against each other in the lower bracket finals, but I wanted to see if you can work together because I got a quiz for you guys to test those big brains. Now, first question, an easy one. Can you guys, between you, name all of the coaches that made playoffs in this tournament?
Oh.
Including yourself. Yep.
Mini.
Mm-hmm.
Playoff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chet.
After Sony EG.
Yeah, good one, good
How
one.
many do we have? 5?
Fraud.
Yeah.
And 2 of us? This one?
You got one.
Hermie.
Yes, you named all of them. Well done, you guys.
Better
Well
than
done.
not done.
Next one's a tiny bit harder. Now, if you add all of your players' ages together, and that's CGRS in this case, not something, the starting roster for you as well, what number would you get? So add everyone's ages together.
Including both teams.
Yes, both teams. So maybe you can calculate your own players and come together.
How old they are.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, add that together.
I think I have 4 22-year-olds, so you would think this would be easy. You say
90?
Probably 90.
Okay, 90 plus 96?
Yes, 100 something.
91.
91 plus 96, is that what you're doing? Equals?
91, 96, 180,
187. Oh God.
187 divided by...
Carry me, Alex. What's
18,
going on?
you're right, 18.7?
Okay, I'm just going to say you're
Cut.
both catastrophically wrong.
Oh, God.
It's actually 111 on both teams, so, you know. Anyway, last question is...
Both teams were 111.
Yeah, add it
Maybe
together.
90.
What are the chances? Last question here. What maps have you both played?
Lotus.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
One more.
Split.
That was really, really fast. Yeah, correct.
More.
All right, correct. Thank you very much. You two maybe work on the math, but everything else absolutely spot on. And I hope you guys at home were playing along as well to see if your brains were as big as these two. I mean, I took the 1,000 points, but Kakuka, you any good at maths? Would you have got that one?
I think I would have. Yeah, I'm very good with numbers. So,
Oh, not
yeah.
me.
No, it was the
I don't
only
know
thing.
what
It was the
players
only
are.
thing
I
that
don't
I
know.
was
Yeah,
good at
that's
in
where I would have
school.
lost. I'd be like, I don't know.
I can add up 111, times 2, or even the 97, 96.
All right,
whatever.
Kakuka's got the biggest brain out of all of us.
No,
We
I
are
don't.
going to step away for just a minute, but we do have a very special guest joining us after this. Then we're going to get together our brains plus Kakuka's big one and do a breakdown of our teams. We'll be right back after this. welcome back, everyone. As you can see, we have a special guest with us on the desk, Chrissy Constanza. You were with us at Istanbul, so it's been a while since we had you back. So tell me, what are you going to be doing at this event? It's really, really exciting to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited to be back. Also, one of my favorite places in the world, so I'm just pumped to be here in general. But we're actually doing something really special. It's going to be Riot's first live broadcast on TikTok of an esports event. I'm going to be hanging out with Doug. We have this whole area set up, but not just an area that we have set up, but we also have a mobile cam. So we're going to be showing off the event space a little bit. We're going to be bringing up some of the content creators that are here. Maybe tomorrow we'll get some of the players that get eliminated today, you know, ease the burn a little bit. Show off the concession stand, which I'm very excited about, and some of the other cool things that we've got set up around the venue. So it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm very excited to do it, and it's a brand new experience. So
the For You page is going to be popping. It's going to be popping. Who are you excited to see here? Which players, teams?
Listen, all of the teams that are here are great. Two of the teams probably shouldn't be here, the ones that we have playing today. So I love things that happen like that when no one expected it to get to this point. So I'm excited to see who's going to come out the winner here and go against Fnatic. I think Fnatic's probably going to take the whole thing, or at least they should, but I love PRX, so, you know, fingers crossed that we see them there tomorrow. But I want to show off the space that we have set up a little bit. So, Doug, would you mind showing off our little TikTok setup today?
Chrissy, it would be my pleasure. But the first thing I've got to point out is this freaking crowd. It looks amazing. The energy in here is outrageous. It feels like an old school like LAN, but packed to the brim. Everything feels so tangible. I feel like there are literally people right behind us, so close to the stage.
Okay,
there are seats everywhere. It's going to be so much fun. We've got a full thing of Kit Kats here, and I can't tell you what we're going to use these for, but you'll find out later. We have signs. We've got everything all over the place. This is going to be so much fun. I've never done anything like this, and I'm so freaking excited for it. We're also going to have guests on the show. We're going to be moving around, as Chrissy was saying, checking out the concession stands, going through a couple of spots that only pro players get to go through. So we're going to give you guys an inside peek on what that looks like and so much more. It's going to be such a freaking good time today, and I cannot wait to get started. So I'm going to throw back to the desk here in a little bit. But before I do that, I've got to show you guys a little bit more of what we've got going on, because I'm telling you guys, there's just so much to do here. It's Tarek. I know that guy. Oh, you guys can't see that. Anywho, we're going to throw it back to Yinsu at the desk. Yinsu, take it away.
He don't know you, little bro. He don't know you. But that looks super exciting, Clint. I think we might even join him a little bit later as well.
Yeah, I got to get on there and stand PRX. You know, I got to get on there and just go full bias mode. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I look forward to seeing you on my For You page, Clint. I look forward to that. But what I'm looking forward to even more, can you believe it? It is the lower bracket finals today. Let's talk about the two teams that are here, starting with the fact that they both got here, Kakuka, off the back what many people would describe as a Cinderella run or a miracle run.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that we're destroying those expectations already. Like, we're very over that. I think that both of the teams have proven a lot throughout this tournament, especially EG with the run that they had through playoffs and the fact that they only lost to Fnatic, but they hadn't dropped a map before that. For PRX, it's also going crazy in that sense, and that they didn't have something. They play in like they don't care that much, but they actually made it this far.
Yeah, and EG, Kilios, as you can see, this is their tournament highlights, and they were 2-0ing pretty much everyone until they met Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much wasn't even close, and they even were able to give Fnatic at least their first map loss, kind of break that map win streak that they had coming into this event. I believe actually tying that of Sentinels back at Masters Reykjavik, the first one ever. So I think that they were able to match that, but EG, even with that loss against Fnatic, I think that if they can best PRX here today, have that second chance, you've already gotten that initial experience out of the way, that's where you can look to overtake. So these guys, the run is far from over, I think.
Yeah, and everybody's playing really well, and in those rematches, a lot of the times that the team that fell the first time through come back and have a much better performance. You know, I definitely still favor Fnatic overall for this event, no matter who they face, but EG certainly has a real shot if they can get through the craziness of PRX today.
Well, EG, they are in the building and ready to play this match. Let's send it over to HyperX right now, who's standing by with Ethan.
Thanks so much, Yinsu. Players just arriving now. I'm going to try. Oh, Ethan, that's it, right here.
What's up?
How you doing? So obviously ahead of today's game, Dream Run sort of came to an end, first loss, but I guess as the veteran of the team, what are you bringing to the table today in terms of gassing the rest of the guys up?
Honestly, they don't need much. They're all super hyped. They've been hyped the whole tournament. They've been bringing it mostly. I'm just here to kind of level them out a little bit. I think they need that.
So feeling confident today?
Yeah, 100%.
Brilliant. Well, good luck today. I'm sure you're going to smash it. And Yinsu, back over to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hyper. Kakuka, if EG can go through today, it'll be their first ever international grand final.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that would mean so much to them. I love the fact that Ethan is saying they don't need anything. The confidence is already there. And I think that they have already achieved so much in the tournament that even if they were to lose today, I think that they have, you know, it's a milestone in their careers.
Yeah, top 3 is huge for them. But let's move over to PRX because they have been here before. They have had a grand final. And Clint, I've loved the storyline of all of the players just basically saying, oh, we don't know how we got here, but we just keep winning.
I mean, it is kind of just this unbelievable mindset that they have that works for them. This sort of, look, we're just going to play it like we're playing ranked games. We're going to have fun. We're going to take this as far as we can and see what happens and just play the best Valorant that we can come up with and, you know, try to work. You know, it's kind of interesting because they're trying to work with CGRS, not trying to work him into their system. They're trying to work him around what his abilities and skill set is, and it's been really, really good so far, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, his skill set has just been looking better than we could have ever anticipated. You know, prior to this tournament, we see one map from him. He's playing Gecko on Icebox as a Hail Mary, just kind of goodbye to Icebox from the map pool. And it was a middling performance there, but we had no idea what we could anticipate from him. But the flexibility that he's been able to show coming out here with like 4 or 5 different agent picks now throughout this tournament, you know, obviously widely sticking to that Gecko, but his performance individually has also looked absolutely incredible to keep up with the rest of the team.
I'm so glad you guys mentioned CGRS because I'm so excited to hear from the man himself who is with HyperX right now. Let's send this over.
Thanks so much, Yinsu. Yeah, just going to try and catch CGRS actually for a quick interview. Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going?
Hello, I'm good, Rap.
So I just want to say, obviously, stepping into the team, you filled some big shoes here for PRX in Masters Tokyo. Today you have the chance to punch your ticket into the grand finals. Personally, you've had some of the biggest moments for the team. I just want to know what the last week has kind of been like for you personally.
Yeah. I want to say, like, in the first week, I'm a bit nervous because it's like a lot of pressure to me on my back this year. So I'm still nervous. Yeah, today I'm still nervous.
Oh, well, brilliant. Good luck today. I'm sure you're going to smash it.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, there was a lot of pressure, Kakuka, but he is smashing it right now.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, all the clutches that he's getting, the fact that now he's comfortable playing PRX in PRX, and also the flexibility that we have seen not only from him, but also the rest of the team, forsaking going back to playing those roles that he was needed to, you know, like stepping up a little way and going the extra mile to make the team work, and that's why they're here.
Yeah, we should really talk about what's different about today's matchup, because up until this point, every match has been a best of 3. Now we're getting to a best of 5 stage. Of course, the grand finals is also a best of 5. And if you guys take a look at the lower thirds here and see the difference, the sheer difference between Seth, how many best of 5s both teams have played, I mean, PRX is just another level.
I mean, the core of this team has been around for a hell of a lot longer than it has for the side of EG. So that makes sense in and of itself. But yes, these players are incredibly experienced. I mean, they just pulled off a reverse sweep in the grand finals over at Pacific, the first one that we have had outside of Game Changers. So this team is incredibly experienced when it comes down to that. But if there's anybody I think that can prep EG to get ready for that one, it's going to be kind of that combination of Ethan, but especially Potter, to just make sure that they are in a good state when they get ready to go into that long series.
Yeah, I mean, I think for EG here, the key today is to just kind of avoid the pitfalls of playing against PRX, which is getting dragged into the mud, getting dragged down into their play style, just sort of like falling for some of their tricks and traps and some of the bizarre play that they're going to throw at you. It's going to have to be quick adaptations, quick reactions, because PRX loves to just be all over the place. They're wild.
Yeah, exactly. And it has worked during the tournament. It has to flourish today. It has to show that it is enough to make it to the final. They have been in that spot before, and actually doing it in this way, I think that it would say a lot about the kind of team that PRX is.
Yeah, all I was going to say is that, yes, EG, they don't have as much experience in terms of best of 5, but individually, some of those players, they do. Ethan is who I'm looking to. Not only in Valorant, but in other games he's competed in. He's been around for a long time playing at extremely high pressure situations, and Kakuka is showed against Fnatic.
Yeah, exactly. I pulled up a couple of rounds from Split because, you know, we have a couple of unsung heroes in every single team, and I feel like Ethan, especially on maps like this one, like Icebox, like Split, I missed it. When he is the solo initiator and he's gathering so much information, being so helpful
for so many people on his team at the same time. Round after round, you can literally just look at Ethan and understand the plan that EG has in their heads. And sometimes, most of the times, it only works because of them.
Yeah, I mean, you may be alone in thinking, you know, that we want Icebox back, but you're not alone in thinking that Ethan is really, really good. So yeah, his veteran's presence going to have to lead this team to victory today because it is going to get chaotic. It is just unavoidable against PRX. It's kind of managing and maintaining that chaos, sort of riding that wave.
Yeah, and I also want to talk a little bit about the mentality and attitudes on the side of PRX. This quote from CGRS, I think, is absolutely beautiful, and it kind of sums up how they feel right now. Everyone in PRX never gives up. It's like 5 people, 1 heart. That is why I'm going to try my best. And Seth, you see that in the server as well, everything that he's talking about here.
I mean, 1 heart, but also 1 brain. We've been calling them, you know, a bit of a hive mind here. And I think that this is going to be such an interesting clash because at the same time, on the opposite side, EG have also had those moments where they look like a hive mind when they are making mid-round adjustments and whatnot. So I think that this is going to be such a crazy clash of just wild styles and on the fly, you know, shot calling coming through. But, I mean, you got to hand it to him. CGRS, when it comes down to putting him in the clutch, you wouldn't think that he would be up for it, but 22% is not bad at all.
He's been one of the best in the tournament. You know, like, he's incredible right now. To think that a guy who is a big-time streamer, he's very popular, so, I mean, I think to some level there's...
Enormous.
Yeah, enormous is the right word. I think, you know, there is some level of, yeah, he's experienced some level of pressure with that sort of exposure to that many viewers and that kind of thing, but playing in a competition totally different. He has been huge. I mean, yes, his overall stats outside of the clutch, maybe not the best, but when called upon, this guy's been enormous.
My question is, right after this, what is he going to do? Because he's now a personality here. I think that we've been enjoying it a lot. It's definitely something that PRX can always count on, but I feel like I want to see him more in the tournaments.
I mean, something, you know, made a joke tweet saying, like, I'm looking for a new team because clearly I'm not needed anymore, you know. But, and obviously we do hope that we're going to be able to see him over Champions because PRX doing this well without even being in their full form, that's already terrifying. But I think maybe they could actually try to experiment a little bit more with perhaps having CGRS come through. A couple teams have been able to get a decent grasp on how to run a 6-man roster in that regard. Maybe they feel that is going to be something that's necessary, especially when they do come down to maps like Bind, Lotus, etc., where they feel like the Gecko is going to be a little bit more viable. So that could very well be in the future.
I mean, if he can play Reyna, it's over for everyone. It's just immediately over. But I want to quickly get your predictions on what you think is going to happen. I have a feeling about you two, so I'm going to start with Kakuka.
I am a big fan of EG. I think that the way that they have performed in this tournament right from the beginning, they were a massive surprise from a team that barely even made it to playoffs. The fact that they got here, that they had the group stage that they did, all the pistols plus the bonus, all the crazy things that we have seen from them on the server, teaching us a new way of seeing Valorant. I'm 100% with them.
Are any of us not paper pals today? Anyone?
I'm really on the edge.
Of what?
Glory.
Of deciding between the two, right? It's so hard because EG has been so good to me. I love the way that they prep. I love the way that they react to things. Their protocols are really, really good. The way they react to their opponents, like ultimates, what they have set up has been stellar this entire event so far. My concern for EG then lies into that because PRX will break your protocols apart, throw them in the trash, just set it on fire. It's because you don't know how to react to what they're going to do because they don't know what they're doing half the time. So I think I'm going to give PRX a very, very slight edge here today.
Okay, and Seth?
I'm going full shill. PRX the whole way, baby. NA in the dumpster, nearest airport, etc.,
They're
etc.
so lucky that you're both on the desk today.
Let's send them home.
I'm so glad. Yeah.
No, I mean, obviously, this is going to be a close bout. I wouldn't be surprised that this ends up going all the way to 5 if it does come down to it. It's really going to come down to the form and, you know, which team can make those adjustments. Because as we talk about PRX and they don't know what they're doing, I think EG, they have a very good idea of what they're doing, but they're also fantastic at pivoting and reacting. Calm, especially get the info that he's able to gain when he's playing on that Sova. That could be instrumental for them. But I'm going to go still with my paper voice.
I'm going to say that we have to see 5 maps. We are owed the 5 maps, and I think after the best of 5 experience, that's where I'm kind of leaning a little bit towards PRX, but I would not be upset if either teams win. I am all for it. Valorant, for me, is the winner today, but coaches Alex and Potter are standing by for the maps, picks, and bans, and we are ready to get this started. It is Evil Genius versus PRX, and the winner will face off against Fnatic in the Grand Finals tomorrow. The Valorant Masters Tokyo Lower Final starts right now.
旅の終わりが近づく。残るチームは3つ。1400万人が行き交う都市、その人混みの中で一人の男が新たな自分を見つける。CGRS 期待の星の不在が彼の独創性の土台を築いた。注目の中で今自らがカオスという名のタペストリーを織りなす糸だと知る。
We came to this tournament with a stand-in who would expect that we gonna reach top 3, right? During the Soap and Cigars 1v1 clutch, we was like, oh, we might gonna win.
PRX 5つの心が一つとなり未知なる世界へ喜びと共にかけていく。しかし彼らが直面するのは誰とも異なる相手だ。
Throughout my whole career in Valorant, people have looked down on me. I don't filter into that negativity.
イービルジーニアス、王者たちにもひるまぬアウトサイダーは自らの運命を切り開き続ける。
We lost 1-2, and it was super close. You know, mistakes are definitely crucial. You don't get better without making mistakes. So it's what you do with the mistakes that help you improve. If you shove the mistakes under the rug, then you're not going to improve. So there's definitely a fine balance, and I think we've definitely found it.
喜び、破壊、過小評価、番狂わせ。だが根底にあるのは高みへの意志。
This is my opportunity to show what have I got, and I'm gonna do like everything I can. We're gonna make it.
すべてはこの瞬間のために。
All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Congrats to both of you for making it here, first of all. So EG, you come from upper bracket, so you will be higher seed. Would you like Team A or Team B? Team A. So PRX, you will be Team B. And EG, we'll start with your first ban. Ban Bind. Your ban? Haven. Map number 1. Okay. Side on Fracture. Attack. And then map number 2. Lotus. Side on Lotus. Defense. Map number 3. Split. Side on Split. Okay, and then map number 4, you have Ascent and Pearl. Pearl. Side on Pearl. Defense. That would make map number 5 Decider Ascent. PRX. Side on Ascent. Defense. Okay, I'm going to run through this really quick, make sure we're all good to go. So with bans, we have EG with Bind, PaperX with Haven. Map number 1 is Fracture with PRX on attack. Map number 2 is Lotus with EG on defense. Map number 3 is Split with PaperX on attack. Map number 4 is Pearl with EG on defense. Map number 5 Decider is Ascent with PRX on defense. That's good. All right, good luck to you both.
It's the two teams that have already done the impossible. They have defied every expectation, and one of them will have the chance to take it one step further and make a grand finals here in Tokyo.
I mean, it's just incredible. Both of these teams should be so proud of where they're at right now to overcome all the adversity that they have to get here, whether it be being doubted all throughout the year for EG, or whether it be PRX having to practice 10 days with a sub to get in. This is just an exciting match for both of these teams. It's going to be hard to let one of them go, but they should be giving it all there today.
Both of these teams are the main characters of the stories that we love the most in Valorant, those underdogs, the teams that we do not expect. But let's talk a little bit about that map select that we had a couple of minutes ago. Fracture is going to be the first map. I think that both of the bans is what we expected from both of the teams coming in here with a permaban. Now that Fracture has been so strong for the side of EG, playing with that Sova and showing us that the combos and the micros that they can have on a map like that one. On the other side, Forsaken with Neon, is it going to be enough to stop them?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, Fracture, we knew that once that's like left open in the pool, that's going to be the absolute selection from the side of EG without a doubt in our mind. But PRX have had a ton of time to look at it and see how they like to pilot that map and maybe try to start to pick things apart where other teams have failed in the past. We'll have to just wait and see. Is it going to be that? Is it going to be the Neon coming through here from Forsaken? Or do they decide to change up a little bit more, you know, run with something different? It's hard to say. Does unlock a little bit more now that we have seen CJRS playing on things like the Killjoy and whatnot, so perhaps they can just kind of bounce things around just very slightly, make some tweaks to their setup for that map. We'll have to just wait until we get to the age of select.
I mean, this is the thing. It is a best of 5, but Clint, if you are Alex and the crew over there at PRX, you know that Fracture is coming, and you know it's probably going to come as the first map. So they have to be well prepared for this. And as we go into the Prime Gaming Agent Select, let's see if we do get some changes and something new, but I don't anticipate it from EG.
No, I feel, yeah. I think with this comp, yeah, it looks like kind of the normal here, right? Nobody seems to be doing anything out of the ordinary, but I think for me, if I'm PRX, I'm coming out here and I'm punching evil geniuses in the mouth. I just want to come out swinging. They're on attack, just W key. I mean, just W key like you've never W keyed before. I mean, and just come at these guys full throttle, you know, get Forsaken fired up, get him running, and then just start just confusing the heck out of them.
Yeah, and I know Kakuka, I need them to be able to deal with the ulti economy that EG have been running. Someone has to stop Com at some point.
Yeah, good luck with that one, especially also the pistols and the bonuses, the rounds that we were talking about. Also, PRX decides to start on the attack. They have the double duelist, and I think that they need a very strong one, so let's see if they can pull it.
Well, this is an absolute huge best of 5 we're going to be bringing to you guys. It is a marathon, not a sprint, and it's time to send over to your casters. It is our snack connoisseurs, Bren and Sideshow.
Snack connoisseurs, also Josh, you're looking kind of like a snack as well today as we get started our lower bracket finals in the Makuhari Messe as well as our arena. It's going to be this, you know, crowning event for the next 2 days as we see the lower bracket finals and the finals play out. But first, it's EG versus PRX. Josh, what a match.
And what a spectacle. What a place in which to see two of the most unlikely runs in Valorant history collide together. Each one of these runs through a tournament would have been spectacular had they been separated by a year or more. We would still be talking about EG's run and PRX's run with the sub, but to have them in the same tournament and have them colliding here in the lower bracket final is phenomenal.
You're spoiled for choice with the storyline. You're
so
spoiled
good.
for choice, man. I mean, some people say, you know, EG, there's some element of luck with them even managing to make it here in the first place, but one of my favorite quotes is, luck is just opportunity meeting preparation. And you cannot say that EG haven't been prepared for every single task and obstacle in their face. They have paved the way all the way here to that minimum top 3.
And think about the gauntlet of teams that Evil Geniuses have run. They've gone through DRX, Loud, the #1 seed from Americas, Liquid, the #1 seed from EMEA. They almost took down Fnatic as well, really making that super team bleed. And PRX, they're back at it with a vengeance. The silliness, the whimsy, everything coming out of this team looking like they're in prime form, despite the fact that most people were expecting them to come into this tournament as a bit of a wounded animal.
Absolutely.
The Beast has still got more to give.
With a sub playing for them as well. I mean, CJRS has been stepping up into that role. It's been very, you know, plug and play with this PRX team. And you have two teams, you know, as we're facing off between them. They have very contrasting styles in a way as well, with the way that, you know, you can take a look at the style of gameplay, the pretty, perfect Valorant that, you know, EG like to play. It's very, very nice and proper versus, you know, the brute force, go fast, give the analyst an aneurysm Valorant. That's what PRX like to employ.
Yeah, well, I think they'll also be trying to tear EG's game plan into chaos too. But this is a great map to get a sense of that kind of stuff. PRX like playing hyper-aggressive with the double duelist. You were hearing the desk, Paperton talking about how he just wants this PRX team to run it down. Old-fashioned W gaming, get in their face. And I think that this is going to be a great litmus test early on in the series to see how well that works. Of course it's EG's map pick. Of course it's the map where they've looked incredible, dominant here. And yet, I feel like PRX have got a style that potentially could match up well. For me, I'll be putting a main focus onto these pistols, bonus rounds, ult economy, that kind of stuff here on Fracture. It's going to matter for the entirety of the series. But right here, we're going to get our first glimpse at EG's best as to whether they can make that a big win condition for them.
And it was knocked down a tad, you know, in terms of the statistics they were piling up. Pistol rounds, bonus round conversion for EG in that matchup against Fnatic. You know, both teams really just taking chunks out of each other. They're as close as it really could have gotten towards the final moments of that one. But here we stand in the lower bracket finals here. Let's get into it. Map number 1, Fracture on the cards. PRX versus EG. I am excited. Let's see the clash in styles. It's going to be fast from PRX, you already know it. It's built into them. Let's see how this one will begin. Steady jaunt into halls.
And actually contacting, trying not to give anything away. Messing with expectations early.
Not giving anything away with Util, but as the door opens wide, so does the opportunity to claim a few kills. It's traded and equalized. Just the 1-for-1. Damage done to the Vi. But the smokes are dropped down, and that's going to be impetus now to go into the side. A flash repeat and a refight from them. EG, they choose their timings, and they choose them well. Even Abusio following up. Con with the anchor in position. That's a pistol round win for EG.
A major strength of theirs, and you get to see exactly why. The defensive utility thrown sets up EG for such immaculate kills there, especially that flash recon combo they like to throw over towards Sam. Take a look at that in the replay. The flash just sets up Boostio perfectly there, and the recon dart lights up anybody who wouldn't have got caught by the initial wave. Great combo, bread and butter for EG. They get started out nicely. And Brent, yeah, you were talking about the fact that this hasn't actually been working as well for them recently. Well, they were at 90% pistol win rate in the game before they went up against Liquid. Since then, they were only able to go 4 and 6 in pistol rounds with 1 bonus conversion. So that strength of theirs has disappeared, and yet they were still able to beat Liquid and almost able to get a crazy OT and possibly even a win against Fnatic. So to me, the pistol bonus round momentum is what turns EG from being a great team into an unstoppable one at this tournament. It hasn't been the only thing they're relying on.
Absolutely not. There's plenty of things that are looking nice for them. This is a bit of damage being put into the round here with a share of shots fired and sailing right through. Maybe even a plant online as well to get some extra money going. Device still alive and kicking. Repositions over towards Canteen, but it's just going to be up to him. Picking up the Bulldog. Can really make this quite pricey. Ethan will finish him off, though. 2 players surviving for EG.
And Boostio didn't buy into that. He's always going to have, a Ghost or some other kind of pistol. So they're still going to have a little bit of weaponry. Nobody, though, massively built up towards an ultimate. You didn't see one player on EG just go crazy in rounds 1 and 2. I suppose Boostio would be the closest, 2 away from his lockdown. Not sure that you can really craft an aggressive defensive game plan around that, though. So one of the large strengths from EG, the way that they use this ult economy to be able to snowball things forward, might get postponed a little bit towards round 4. These are the rounds that PRX have to win.
Yeah, these are the ones you want to take away. But Fracture, we know it now to be pretty much the strongest map in terms of the arsenal of EG, of what they've got under their belts. Have a slow beginning, pretty split out. See Jing and Forsaken just contacting into the north side here. Fight to be taken into halls. Dart over the top, and ZG trying to take the timing off of it. Fully lit up.
I mean, look how good that is. The shock dart to stop a contact play, then flash recon again.
They're trying to pincer it straight through halls again. Round the back, that's Com. He's dealt with. Taken care of. Still taking point with the rifle. Lovely movement with the reset. Boombot assisting Forsaken. He's still alive. Eventually bringing him down with the help of his compatriot Jing. Comboing together here. The rifles carrying him through the brunt of this round.
Boostio and Demon 1 not with very much weaponry whatsoever, so should be clean here for PRX.
One player left standing. It's just Demon 1 with the Sheriff now. He's pulled off some insane stuff before. You can see the respect being showcased, but the door opens wide.
A little close, but all good. Yeah. So now we get to see serious clash. PRX building up close to ults that they can use. There are so many ult hubs around the map on Fracture, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why EG have found a lot of success here on their attack side. They can build game plans crafted around being one away from ult, as well as having some online. But you take a look at PRX, you know, they could easily get an orbital strike, possibly a lockdown or a showstopper online, and build a strategy around that, unless they just want to go for execs. And the game plan normally for PRX is exec post plan.
The beginning of these rounds has been starting out quite contacty, but okay, there's a clash. Skirmish, Utils exchange, and what a time to take a fight. Jorgamo rips the head of Forsaken straight off with the help, but again, that supplementary util. Space is being granted again to them. Oh, what a strike, it collapses, but no damage, not enough.
So close, so close though, to absolute perfection from PRX. That was a ton of good utility pressure that they applied. Meanwhile, Boostio with an operator. Wasn't really the story of this round, going over and playing B, but now he's got to retake with quite an unwieldy weapon.
Unless somebody gives him a kill as well. CGRS wants to take the fight to him. Look at that, in the spawn, Aftershock. Drop down to cover the flank, just in case the players do push him from that area. Demon 1's still there, Dart. Clearing it close, Ethan low enough though that they still want to play for this one. The turret actually takes him out. Wasn't anticipating it, good reactions. Flick upwards there, landing onto Com. Leaving it just to Demon 1. He'd love to grab this operator to save into the next. That's what he's trying to do. He's guarding it. Finds the kill. Will he be hunted? Not quite. Still able to claim that weapon into the next.
And that's got to be one of the most important rounds that PRX can get under their belt, completely halting EG's momentum. That was where EG invested heavily, right? They have the operator on the B side of the map. They're trying to use aggressive trap play takes over towards Dish, putting large amounts of pressure down, and PRX stop it before it can happen. Partly thanks to this guy and that aggressive push, he manages to collect 2 from that position.
Yeah.
You would not believe that CGRS had very little Valorant competitive experience coming into this tournament. He just looks like he's taken to it like a duck in water.
Absolutely. He hasn't been putting up the highest numbers in the world, but honestly, he's been performing on the big stage, and that's what counts.
And the big moments.
Yeah.
These clutch scenarios, the important key kill in a round.
Hasn't let the pressure get to him.
No, if anything, he's played very freely under the pressure, realizing that even if he makes a mistake, that's expected of him.
I think that's one of the most dangerous aspects of this PRX squad is the fact that they are playing with pretty minimal expectations. You know, they don't have their full strength roster. They're not going to be able to get something into Japan to play, no matter how well they do at this point. You know, there's only one more game yet to be played. If they do win this, here's an attempt to try and flood back in. Showstopper, massive value. 2 kills off the rip. Pick up some rifles, pick up some guns, upgrades. All around, Boostio hitting his shot. Ults exchange, but it's just down to Divine. And where is he? Backside of Halls. He's going to try and stop this defuse. This was a bit of a half-buy here. First kill found, but shut down by Jorgamo. He grabs 4 in the midst of it.
You say a bit of a half-buy. There was only the operator saved into that round. The rest of the players had frenzies. Muck. Bits of pocket lint, as Pansy would like to say. EG had no right to that round. And yet, by virtue of their ultimates and an excellent understanding of what PRX were doing, they found a timing as they were transitioning back into post-plant setups where Jorgamo knew that he could find 1, possibly 2. And it just works out as best as you could hope for. So we get
to turn the tide, eh?
We get another big ult clash in this round, and another aggressive fight from Jorgamo and Ethan.
Yep. All eyes on Boostio with the operator here. There's going to be a stun to set up the angle. And here we go, flash onto it. It's Jorgamo right here. Finding value immediately. Jing opened himself a little bit too wide as the squeeze onto the south side. You just don't expect it, the push for the operator.
It's such a good idea against Device lockdown, which is an obvious potential way the PRX were going to try and get into the B site. Contest them early, squeeze the person that's watching over towards the A side of the map.
Do choose to still commit the lockdown here at work.
Jorgamo's going to deliberately get detained.
Oh, no way. And he's going to be calling it out. Pre-fired onto the corner. Forsaken's wondering how the hell did they know I was creeping up onto it.
Unreal.
And Jorgamo does not get cleared, still alive. in the fight once more, left up to Divide. Scrambling, racing around. Yeah, the plant is down, but he'd have to pull off something unruly. First one is going to be gained. There's a fight taken towards him, but sticking halfway, all the way for Ethan and his team. I've got the coverage.
What a play. When you hear Potter talk about EG's run to get to this point, something she frequently mentions in interviews is that everything seems to be working right now. You have a risk, you have an idea, it pays off. In Valorant, you're supposed to throw as many ideas at the wall as possible because, I don't know, maybe half of them are going to work. When you watch this EG team, they take a calculated risk like that, they're reaping the rewards immediately.
Yeah, always coming out on the other end, rewarded. With it paying off ever so slightly. Here's a dart play towards the north side. But everybody from PRX gathered and grouped up towards Tree. It's a fast play into tunnel as well. They're going to be meeting them, Forsaken with a jump spot. He's like, I want nothing to do with that.
But this is also one of those ult swing rounds. If PRX loses this, the economy might be shot.
Up close, tagged up though. Con was set up for it. Here's the overdrive. Forsaken would love a kill. Run and gun, at play, at work. He's suited for it. Here's a Rolling Thunder, intending to punish. Scatters its way through, trying to buy a bit of space and time once more for them, but his crossfire setups, there's gaps in the openings. Still Forsaken's in it, but it's the last one left and he's got so much more to do. Spike has been planted for him. He gets information, knows that Team 1 is in main, whips out the rifle, 8 bullets left. Needs to find a kill here. Ethan opens himself to it. Here's the ult. Still left, gonna be fading at any point now. Wide to the angle. Team 1 shuts him down.
What an incredible attempt from Forsaken there. Had all the tools at his disposal and a great read on where players were. It required that pinpoint tap aim accuracy that you've seen so many times from this demonic player for EG. Hits the head of Forsaken, shuts down the clutch attempt. And also stifles PRX's economy here. This is where EG are at their most dangerous, in my opinion, Brent. When they're able to win with one ultimate, just the breach ult, to be able to clear out an area that Forsaken was challenging. Nice! And then they still have them available for the future. PRX are in a timeout at the moment, a tactical timeout, trying to figure out what their game plan should be.
CG squad, when they get rolling with the ultimates, I mean, they have currently 3 available. It's the Lockdown, Orbital Strike, Hunter's Fury. They force in his timeout out of PRX, but they really do just feel like a perpetual motion machine. They're able to just constantly use them, converting it into just rounds, economical advantages, constantly breaking their opponents. And, you know, it's kind of what you were mentioning a little bit before. Valorant is very much, you're tossing ideas out and seeing what sticks. For EG, it just feels like whatever they touch turns to gold. They got the Midas touch with it.
Yeah.
Every idea that they throw out seems to be rewarded in some way or form, and it's left them in this scenario right now. You're seeing it. I mean, the economy flourishing to a degree. Everybody's going to be able to get those rifles together. PRX forced down to the half-armor rifles.
Yeah, and missing a couple of pieces of utility. Nothing massively crucial. One stun on Forsaken, a flash on CGRS, but it's under strain. At this point, though, the loss bonus gets to an area where, with most teams favoring light rifles, you can survive in these spots. Just get by. But look how timid PRX are at the start of these rounds and how contact they are to try and not give away. So this is a play that they normally make when something's in.
Yeah, and this is the trouble.
They tried to... That play is designed to try and double blast pack Jing into Canteen, and he's already dead.
Boostier's picking up this off, man. It's a very intelligent purchase. Emphasis being placed as well. I mean, he's had this since the bonus round, I believe, since the 3rd round, for good reason, because PRX have been playing so contacty at the beginning.
This is very deep, though, isn't it? Taking Mind Freak smoke and getting into a nice position on site.
What?
That's exactly what PRX needed.
Okay, that's going to certainly even things out. Plenty of ults online for EG to try and delay and deny. Here we go. Hunter's Fury comboed with the Orbital Strike. Up into tower. One tag. Forsaken. Damage done. Here's the second, but shut down in the midst of it. Divide. He's lurked his way behind, and let's see how EG deal with this one. They are still capitalizing. Kills are being collected all over the bloody map. CGRS left alone, stationary, just behind Dice, trying to tuck himself. He needs a bit of a bailout, but Divide shut down. He was his last line of defense, and they do deal with it so cleanly.
Yeah, if you want a round that demonstrates how EG are dealing with the chaotic element of PRX, that's the one to take a look at. Like I said, PRX have a set play there where they're supposed to Use Aftershock, they stun, they double blast pack into Canteen, put a lot of pressure on anybody that's playing there. It's unexpected, it's only really PaperX that make plays like that. Instantly, Jing dies. And then Devi on the flank. That kind of play is going to win you rounds against most teams in this tournament. And yet EG group up together, play disciplined, strict, and deal with it.
Here we go. Fast with the rip. Okay. I mean, I don't know what the reveal was there, but again, just potentially spam through the door, causing Forsaken to fall early on from all of this. It's a squeeze onto the south side. That double push of EG is ripping PaperX to pieces.
That's so sick by Com. He throws a shock dart at the start of the round to be able to catch onto somebody, and it opens the door for him to be able to punish the aggressive players. I mean, that is just marvelous timing. How to use a piece of utility to inflict damage and also offer you further opportunities to frag off of it. The combo play there from him supporting Boostio is just unreal to deal with PaperX.
You can feel it just in the positioning. The way the PaperX are playing, they are left scrambling for answers. 3 left alive. Slight jiggle. There's information gathered at least. Boombot met with the fault line. All the way slowed down. Ethan seeking to contain any other pushes. On to Jing, Molly at the feet. CJRS was not aware of it, and he shot the spike out into the open. Mindfreak really doesn't stand a chance. Satchels, Util lobbed right over. Straight up bullying at this point.
A prime game in Flawless here in round 9. This, of course, is the map where you expect EG to be the most dominant. This is where they've been able to find their wins against everybody. And I mean everybody. There's no one in the world right now that can particularly touch EG's fracture. But as we head deeper into this map pool, things get into more and more contested territory. To be honest, it feels like PaperX could win on any of the other 4 maps in the pool. I think we're set up for an absolute banger of a series. Don't let the current scoreline fool you. PaperX will be back with a vengeance later on. So that's designed to put pressure on Com. Doesn't quite hit though, does it?
Yeah, and this time it's Jing who's taking the pathing out towards Sand, but Split approached. It's pronged outwards. No chance to latch onto a kill for any of the PaperX players through the wall though. I believe that might have been just intended for a piece of utility. Demon 1 though, he's holding it down, anchoring, pushing through the smoke. Coverage is there, yet the util still exchange, and Jing is back in the fight, back in the action. 2-for-1 special. Spike not picked up, but now he's got it in his hands.
Does he realize both of the EG were in halls just then?
Oh, this util, it's putting a squeeze on him.
He must do now.
Showstopper from Jorgamo, seeking to deny. Jing spammed up close, up top. Just spotted out. Every avenue is watched for.
How sublime is that, man? Spamming the only spot where he would be able to survive the showstopper. So you guarantee to scour the map. Ridiculous. We saw EG running this same defensive setup on A against DRX, and it worked immaculately. They're playing a very hard anchor flood defense. They put somebody in a tough position. In this case, asking the world of Demon 1, and he steps up. 11-4 with Com running through smokes to support.
It's a full delivery. Smoke dropped down deep as well. Lots of players behind this one, but just Devi to meet them inside the smoke. Boombot trying to seek the timing. He does catch it. Claims the kill. Backs away though. Will he get onto the ropes? No, stunned up. Just didn't have the momentum to escape, so that's it. Traded, evened out, drop. Control going to be lost for them. Boostio with the op now. What timing is he going to try and seek? Fast lane, cutting off his available line of sight. He's hoping for a kill. Spots it, just the one angle. There it is. Flick to adjust still. It's Jing as well, holding down that drop with the showstopper in his hand. The rifle, enough to find 2.
Jing has nade for that.
Here's a lockdown. Nade, rebounds, wall bang, Boostio. He's pushing the issue. He's forcing a fight right to them. Shot darts, clearing close. Not the best weapon for the job. Dart round the side, tags onto CJRS, pushing down with the shorty. Here's the molly, sails over, orbital strike still around us. They're not going to be able to get half. EG pushed off of this one, has enough time, it being purchased all the way through here. I think they've realized it. The job has to be done. Tap onto it, there's the ult force through. The time has run out. Mindfreak claiming that kill, Boostio making the most of it, realizing he had to get half at any chance of winning.
And that's what it's taken for PaperX to get around on the board. All 5 players falling, Brim Molly and Brim Ult used to try and stall that out. They gave everything there. Jing gave his life to take the lockdown with him. How are they going to be able to pull out another one of those?
That took everything.
Jing played that fabulously, though. Despite the fact that he gets caught by this operator shot, which is a lovely one by Boostio, Jing does all the work to be able to set up Mind Freak for the clutch. Final round of the half here. No matter which way it goes, it's excellent for EG.
That's an orbital strike being held by Demon. Won the fault line early off the riff.
Yeah, usually they play this off turret contact, but they're doing it off Jorgamo's instead. So that actually allows Demon 1 to hold it. PRX have to play this round quickly. If they end up getting caught with 20, 30 seconds left on the clock, you can't plant against a Brim ult and a Breach ult.
No, there's no chance. They've got enough stall, enough delay. Tree control gained. PRX willing to slow it down for but a moment, but we're reaching that minute mark right into the sight line of Boostio. And there it is. Striking back, no damage done. Narrowly missing with that shot, but the dart's waiting for them. Side is compromised. Deep onto the angle, off the dart. That's going to be Boostio swinging, and just look at how good the supportive utility is. We sing the praises of EG all day long. Ethan and Com, they're the difference makers on this map.
But remember the clock. There's only 40 seconds right now. Devi's miles away in terms of a position to use his lockdown, and even so, I don't think Demon 1 would even commit the ult. This is falling to pieces, looking like a 9-3.
Shots fired, Boostio still maintains his cool, watching every angle, and yet they are losing it. It's fallen to pieces, it's scraps, it's up to Devi, but you're working against everything. 2 ults, your position, they are hunting for you. The orbital strike to clear out and cleave out any potential areas. That's a flawless one to end it. 9-3 is the half. Domination from EG.
Remember the words of the desk, this is a marathon, not a sprint, but it started out with EG's structured play, being able to control the chaos of PRX. I don't think it's likely that we're going to be saying that all throughout the series. No. But for now, the pretty style of EG with the trap plays, set plays, combos with the ults, it's working.
Absolutely. Got to remember, it's best of 5. Many more maps left to go as well. We're only just in the first half of map number 1. And so far, it has just been that chaos being met. Pound for pound. Let's send it down to the desk to break it all down so far.
What is going on, everyone? Golden Boy here. Of course, we had a big old swap, so we got Mimi and Hypoc, as well as Achilleos doing double duty today because he really, really wanted to work. Oh my goodness, what a way to start things off out of the break there, but it's very clear that PRX, they're going to learn today about EG's Fraction.
Yeah, EG really defined the pace and was able to slow PRX down, and I think a big part of getting that ball rolling is the way they play on their low buy spikes, always prioritizing, grabbing ult orbs no matter the round, and leveraging them to win situations that they really have no business winning.
Yeah, we talk about them building game plans around these ultimates, but also they become massive curveballs. They're actual swing factors for EG, and I think the example here with the Jorgamo double kill with the showstopper, this almost looks rehearsed. EG are stacked up towards sand and rope, ready to execute this play.
Yeah, and it's really the straw that broke the camel's back in that half, because after this, EG go on a monstrous streak and then end up getting into a 9-3 scoreline at the end of this. This is a really crushing start, but this is also kind of what we expected. EG continue to look absolutely gorgeous on Fracture.
And the thing is that EG is even better at orb maxing it, prioritizing those ultimates when they're on the attacking side.
Exactly.
You'll see even in these early rounds, the player who's getting the most kills on the pistol round, even if they lose it, will be getting those orbs and will be putting EG in the direction of a map win, which is the reason why it's going to be so hard for PRX to come back.
Yeah, I was going to mention that same thing, right? It's very clear that for EG, getting that hot start at the beginning of the game really set the tone for them. And then from there, well, the score speaks for itself. We'll see if PRX has the capability to be able to bring this back. EG, well, they love this map of Fracture, and they're looking to close this one out quickly. Brent, Sideshow, over to you.
EG definitely hoping to keep that momentum firmly on their side, keep the tempo up, and clean out this map nice and easily, heading deeper into the series.
I definitely agree with the desk that their attack side looks the most dangerous. I think this is going to give us another look as to how the pistols are going to go this series as well.
Okay, good answer. An attempt to follow through and follow up. Jorgamo with the satchels as well, just to see if he can catch that timing. The back heels are forsaken though.
Look how fast the A-Hall's flank is.
Left alive on 52. Help, they've lined up for him. That's 3 in a round now. He's gone for the ace. The shots are fired. Damage is done, and there's the follow-up. Like you said earlier, Josh, it's that A-Hall's flank. The big wrap around once more. See a lot of that play in Fracture. That was rapid. Blink of an eye. Don't get up for any snacks.
That's a quick one. They're going to need more of that. Applying a ton of pressure to EG. If PRX want any chance of being able to come back into this game. I know the Fracture's incredible for EG, but it feels wrong counting PRX out of any of these scenarios. I've seen maps so far at Master Tokyo where I'm so confident PRX are going to lose, and it's going to snowball into them losing the series, and they end up winning and going on to continue in the tournament. I feel like we could have said the exact same thing about the first map when they played against NRG.
Yeah.
And then you've got Mind Freak at the end of it saying, I don't know how we won that series. I can't believe we did. But that's the kind of stuff that this PRX team will give you. Never stop believing.
Just miracle moments. And they're skilled enough to jump on them, pounce on them. Very narrow angle. Forsaken trusting in the reactions to land that one. Turret catching the contact. He wants to go for a second peek. Will do so. Util dumped into tower. Positions move back. Tower is occupied now as well. They are really pushing out. Divide blinded up. Jump spot round. Forsaken's got his teammates back. Corralled up into the corner. Looks like an attempt to refight this one. Do they have any util? Stun. Right click in their face. This could very quickly turn sour if it hasn't already. 3 versus 3. The advantage to PRX being that they know where the positioning of these players are.
And 2 of them will die to a single shot from Forsaken.
Needs to stay alive here, get value out of this one, but constantly repositioning. They've got them collected. 30 seconds. Ethan.
30 seconds left.
Com waiting 15 seconds for the regenerative util with the dart. There's a stun and a repeat. Damage still being done yet. Okay, all collected in the end. Definitely some danger. Damage being done there, but PRX still. They win the anti-eco.
This next round gives them an opportunity potentially back into the map. Can they craft some kind of aggressive play that centers around Forsaken and Jing? If you allow EG the space on the map, they're going to go around, they're going to hoover up the ult orbs, doing a Nunu cosplay or something. And they're going to turn that into round wins. You can't allow it to happen. I think for PRX, it's a very difficult balance they have to tread of being aggressive without throwing it away.
Well, here we go. Talk about aggression. Smoke in his face, no angle cleared. Crossfire set up with Timmy the turret. But Lucio's feeling the heat now, isn't he?
He really is.
They've been really trying to clear him out of this. The reactions are just sublime. Lucio responding in kind to every challenge he was facing. There were fights taken, evened out across the board here, but it ends with just Mind Freak left alone in the 1v3. Heavy boot steps, they know exactly where he is. Flash and the repeat, the supportive util is just so damn good. We talk about it all day long, but it is Ethan and Com, the difference makers.
In that round, I can't believe what Boostio was able to accomplish there. Getting pressured from both sides, the trade should come through 10 times out of 10 in this spot. Of course, the first one, a gimme based on his excellent positioning. That, and then to get a follow-up on CGRS as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a chest pump.
Look at him. He's feeling it, man.
How many times throughout this tournament have we heard that giggle followed by I'm the best coming out from Boostio?
It's been a lot. Here's a standard play from PRX, so they go for this tunnel control to stun and a refight, the reclaim of this one. Com was playing just in a tuck position, but he's dealt with. The aim is nasty good from Mind Freak.
They have to worry about Boostio here. It's all good PRX being aggressive and getting the kills, but if they leave gaps like this, Boostio could still be a thorn in their side. CGRS is somewhat aware of it. He keeps looking back in this direction.
Smoke drop down for Boostio to play in as well. He's tucked towards this one.
CGRS is not hard holding this. Okay, now with the smoke down, he's thinking about it. He's still worried about tower and tunnel. All down to Boostio, and at this point, surely the timing's gone for him.
Yes, smoke face, they spotted him out. Respect showcase. Fault line for your troubles.
Another piece of aggression that works out perfectly for PRX. It's not that same level of pretty trap setup that we've seen on EG's defensive side. It's brute force, and it's what you should expect from this squad. Look at the way in which they're just so happy. One stim beacon running together to try and take fuels. They're planning to overwhelm EG with pure amount of players on the screen.
It's one of the PRX they do use quite often on this map. part of their playbook when they do that big wrap around, but here we go, a new turn of events. See how this one will end up. Jing is punished. Tries to take the peak angle, satchel play, Jogomo again to vacuum up even more. Another strike right into the center of it. And if the rifles didn't do it, the ultimate would have. Evaporation. All the players disappearing. Ethan, lone player left. Flash re-peek. Found himself at the angle, has the ult in his hands. He was thinking about using it.
In a 1v3, he knows the other players are going to be grouped up around the spike. This is some level of confidence.
Yeah, he wants a few more though. Needs to find an easier fight for it. There's one through the wall, enough damage done to him, 20 HP. Any single player could really bring him down in this moment. Forsaken is low enough himself, but just doesn't look doable. CGRS as well now holding that util. Forsaken takes contact, they're going to be pouncing. There's a stun. Used pound for pound, like for like. Shuts it down before it gets out of hand.
And so PRX win an anti-eco there. Utilizing a big ultimate, but in such a coordinated manner. The pinch coming through here on EG's stack is immaculate. And that's the second time we've seen Mindfreak use his ult like that, just completely trapping players in order to convert around. PRX are so fast to fight that they're not even really offering that many opportunities to get those flank plays through or try to play spread. They're just grouping up almost as 5 in one area of the map. And EG tried to counter it there on their eco round by grouping up as well. Tactical timeout needed to be taken here. 4 ultimates available to EG. They have all the tools to be able to win a crucial round and start to get the momentum back on their side. But at the moment, struggling under the pressure.
Yeah, it's been a string of rounds now, with the exception of round 15 that EG managed to win. But other than that, PRX, ever since they've got to this defensive side, the story has been theirs.
And it's kind of like PRX are picking an area of the map, one of the 4 entrances, and just gambling that EG are going to be trying to take an ult off there and trying to shove themselves as deeply as possible into EG's territory. So where are PRX playing this time? It looks like a triple play over towards Dish again. They'll probably throw out some of CGRS's utility to make it feel like it's a north-side crunch, but we can see the majority of this aggression, both duelists, stimmied up, are going to be coming from Dish.
Jordan's going to have to be, again, stalwart defender of that one particular section if he's going to be met. Any sort of pressure? No. Boombot, here's a stimmy, here's the stuns. Sails Rider through and across. This is a reaction from EG. They choose to use the rolling thunder. Divine was stunned up, and yet he hits that. But Com, he does return fire. And he has to make it a little bit more even. Drone tagging onto Forsaken, yet still claims the kill. Flash in their face. Cacophony of utility sweeping across the map. This way and that. Here's the lockdown now. An attempt to get a bit of a breather in the moment. Lockdown used into tower. Demon 1 hears it. No amount of fancy movement will save Forsaken from that one, so space has been cleared all the way through. Mindfreak and Jing, they can't afford to play under the site, but as it was actually destroyed there somehow, but...
Yeah, Jing's used his nade for it by the look of things.
Right at the tail end, here's a satchel play up towards the top. Alarm bot, how is he managing that? He knows what a second player is. Util caught out in the open. Ethan normally so good for it. It's just up to Demon 1, and here's a familiar state of affairs, isn't it? Orbital strike, denying the first tap. But now the showstopper. Jing going to be using it. One ultimate for it, smoked on onto the defuse, but he's done it! He finds it! Stopping the defuse, half not gained. Jing realizes it, it's done, it's over.
What a ridiculous round for both teams that was. Incredible stuff. EG are looking to try and pressure Arcade. PRX have a setup where they throw down that stun, like I was saying, and making it seem like a northside crunch. If they hear anything Arcade, both duelists run at them. The pinch comes through. How Devi hits this? I will never know. And yet as things descend, Jing manages to deal with the lockdown and take out both players in tower. Pops ult to try and stop the denial on the defuse. And yet Demon 1 just has the read.
Wait a minute. Oh, no.
That has got to be a reaction to Jing taking those kills through tower.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure it was turned around as soon as Demon 1 won the round.
Grouped up EG, they have immediately struck back! Spray through, spray down. CGRS will only gain the 2. And yeah, it felt like we just exited that replay and suddenly we're met with this scenario, a 1v3.
Yeah, a wild clash on the south side, and Devi is left stunned quickly, 30 seconds in a 1v3. The question being, does he even go for this? They don't have a large loss bonus. Forsaken, CGRS, and Devi would be able to buy next round. That extra gun might be the difference maker.
But he feels like he has to go for it. It's 11-7. Can't let EG grab up all the way to map point. He has money in his back pocket. Taking away the guns would be quite useful. Trying to find one of the fights as well. At least tucks himself into the corner, but gives himself the 1v1 versus Bustio. Bustio glad to take it. So there it is, 12-7. EG onto that map point. EG were ready there for the south side aggression towards Tree as well. They've definitely done their homework. Jorgamo was on the high ground angle, and I believe to meet them when Jing goes for the double satchel play on top of the box to try and punish any sort of attempt there.
We'll see whether Forsaken decides to go for a similarly aggressive setup. He is often trying to challenge towards Tree. If you watch how PRX play on this map, and he doesn't usually have too much backup. He's smoked off.
Yeah.
So the fight instead happening towards Halls, as it did in the prior round.
You might just see a brawl take place. Lots of ults. Here we go. Hunter's Fury, showstopper, let loose. Jing close to the corner, but Hunter's Fury is doing work. Clears out the close corner. Jing will fall. So no raised players on either side. Take a breather and a step back now. Reassess the situation. Bustio gaining some ground towards drop, and as there's that re-exploration, Mindfreak was hunting for some information. He pays for it with his live. Divido does catch that lurk round. I have to try and stop this towards Halls. The smokes have been dropped. Door open. Again contacting, slowing it down. 50 seconds left, and they're going to be facing it with the firing line. Devi, he will fall. CGRS.
Forsaken's got to capitalize on this for PRX to win.
Catching the contact, here's the ult. Does he let it rip? Yes, he does. Scatters across onto the side. Two players connected, but Soul does it onto Forsaken. He stands up.
He ran into it.
No chance.
Trying to capitalize, at least it's bought time. They know it's going to end A. No, Forsaken's worried about it going towards B right now.
It's chaos. It's the fast rotation back over towards it, but EG slowly tightening the net. Util to clear out close to the site. Everything being expended. CGRS and Forsaken, they've doubled up. It's a high-low setup here. Time running so damn short. First kill granted to him. Close to default. Aftershock pushing him wide out into the open. No bullets left. It's a 1-2 face as well. They have to try and collect these kills. Pushing them all the way down. CGRS is done. Not enough. It's Ethan who closed it all out. The kills were collected at the end. That's 13-7 for EG to take Fracture.
Great map one for Evil Geniuses. Tough position for CGRS to be in towards the end. He's come through good for them in so many of those incredibly tough spots, but just not quite able to deliver another impossible clutch. EG take first blood in this series. Remember though, this is going to be a marathon. It's a best of 5. The PRX core have played 15 of those across their history. This is only EG's second. I mean, just a crazy situation to be in terms of the experience difference. So a great first footing for Evil Geniuses.
So many moments in this series that are just outlandish, man. Reliving through some of them. But EG were in firm control from the one half. PRX doing a decent job of putting the fight back into it, making it potentially winnable. Lots of instances as well, but as we've already been mentioning, it's a marathon with his best of 5s. You get into that new territory. Definitely new for a lot of the players on this EG squad. How they're going to be tested as the map pool really gets deeper. I think map number 1 is a good one to get under their belt.
Absolutely, and it's the place where you expect EG to be able to get their results. To me, as we head forwards in the series, it's now truly anybody's game. Even when it comes to Lotus, the next map coming up, the first one that PRX picked, I think there's still chances for either team to take that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, map 1 wrapped up here at our lower bracket finals. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with a continuation of the series.